Hey, what's up, guys? So I'm almost there. I'm almost at 90 days of retention. And guys, it's something where it's been a lot of ups and downs, you know? There's been plenty of times where I was like, man, I love the effects I'm feeling right now. I feel great. There's times where it gets difficult. There's times where, look at the dog. There's times where, it feels very frustrating and very much like, man, what's the point? Should I start over? Because if you watch a lot of my videos before me talk about retention, I've always talked about how I've always been more of a fan of like the shorter streaks, kind of something between, you know, a week to up to like a month and a half. It's always been like my favorite, you know, um, timeline when it comes to retention because I feel like a lot of times, I'll be honest, guys, I've been always wanting like the female attraction and like picking up girls. That's kind of like the biggest reason I got to see retention in the first place. Years ago, I met this girl. I just moved to a new city. I was working remote, met this girl, and I thought we clicked and we hung out. And I forgot how many times we hung out, but basically ended up kind of dropping off a cliff, right? Like most guys have experienced before. Things not working out where you thought it would. But I was like, fuck, man. Like, I moved to this new city, and I'm really at a place where I want to be. Right? I live in San Diego right now, and always, part of the year, most of the year. And I was like, man, I've always wanted to live there. Like, I always like loved it ever since I first visited here, like summer 2020. And anyways, so I was like, man, I'm in the city I want to be in right now. I'm like going surfing a lot. I have a remote job. But the thing about that, I was like not able to meet people. I was like struggling, because who knew working behind a fucking computer in your room, doesn't allow you to meet people. It's not like you're going to work at some place and you're dealing with the general public. And so I was like, man, I got to do something. So basically, long story short, started retaining, and because I found a video from Mark the Messenger, and he was talking about semen retention. I was like, damn, maybe this is something I need. And at that point, never really thought about it before. I was like, hey, if this sounds kind of weird, but semen retention, what the fuck? But let's give it a shot. I have nothing to lose. And through retention, guys, I was like, holy shit, like this stuff works. Like I feel way different. I started cold approaching girls. In fact, that was my main thing. It's something I've always wanted to do. When I was in high school and stuff, I struggled with girls, like super low self esteem. So I was always watching like the RC guys and like pickup artists and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, one day I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that pickup artist shit. And it never really happened. I was just raw on dating apps and stuff. But, so I started retaining and able to start doing cold approach stuff. So I've always done like shorter streaks because of that, wanted to pick up girls and stuff like that. But this time around, guys, I really, I think I made it to 90 days before a while ago. I don't think I really remember what, or I think I got close. I don't think I got quite there, but it was somewhere around the 2.5 month mark. I think I stopped. Um, so not quite 90 days. But anyways, so this time around, back in mid March. It's almost, what at the time of making this video today, it's June 2nd. And, mid March, a couple months ago, I was like, you know what? Let me start retaining again. So I started retaining again. And, of course, week one goes by, you feel great. And then week two, week three, feel great also. Even better, actually. You start, getting urges a little bit more. And sometimes to like go talk to girls and stuff. But I was on this road trip, so I was like, no, I can't. I'm gonna focus on this road trip. That helps, transmute some of the pent up sexual energy for sure. Going and checking all these national parks and stuff. And then, I was just kept retaining and retaining. I was like, you know what? And just I don't know. I just felt like lately, guys, leading up to day 90, it's almost like I went through a streak of like I feel like day 60, almost like I wanted to go cold approach girls again. But when I went out and was like, kind of looking around and like say, well, all right, cool. Let me go find some chicks to go cold approach. Almost like I just didn't give a fuck. I was like, I want to, but also like I don't want to that much. So I just kind of kept going about my shit. Honestly, the urges got really, really difficult. I'm not sure how long ago, maybe like 2 weeks ago. So what? It's about like I would say day 70 ish to 75. Really, really difficult urges, and I almost wanted to quit. I almost wanted to start over, but you know what? I like the shorter streaks. Why am I, going this on? What's the fucking point? But now that I'm getting really close to day 90, I could see why people, videos I watch, and people are like, you know what? Like they feel like it's like a next level. Because really it is. To me, so far, I'm not on day 90 quite yet. I'll make a video once I get there. But, I feel like leading up to it, man, like I'm starting to feel more of like the female attraction is very much coming back and almost like a next level, almost kind of like I do feel like these girls are just kind of like tonight at the gym, this front desk girl, like I don't know, man. I just got this vibe just based off how she's looking at me and like whatnot that she was feeling me. She was definitely much like you know genuine and kind of like just that look in her eyes. Could be wrong, but hey, man, just a few other times too. I just feel like girls are more like it's the same attraction of like 2 3 weeks 4 weeks in a retention, but like more and more. I feel like I don't know, like souls kind of connecting type thing, if that makes sense. So I don't know, guys. I think it was a very difficult journey at certain points leading up to here, and I think the final test was a week or so, whatever ago, where I was like really tempted to like to want to bust a nut, to want to start over, to want to like meet a girl. But I deleted my Instagram, and that really helped out a lot, guys. That really helped out Urge, because dude, that shit is engineered to fucking keep you on that platform, man. I think everyone has their vice. Like I have TikTok down on my phone, but I never feel the urge to open TikTok. I feel like I only like would do it to like post on my account, but never watch TikToks. So if TikTok is your fucking vice, like Instagram was my vice, delete that shit, dude. Delete it, bro. You're just getting this dopamine fucking rush. That's it, man. And you eventually like hurt your head. You feel fucking stupid and all this shit. So the whatever your fucking app is of choice that you check and you get this whole dopamine hit from, especially like you see these girls on there and shit, dude. I'm telling you, man, it was about Instagram, dude. It's kind of like it shows you like that in your for you or the front page, whatever. And bro, I swear to God, I clicked on one and I'm like, fuck, dude, like feeling these urges hard. And I clicked this one video of this girl, or not video, but like photo of this girl, like of course at the beach. We're in San Diego, dude. So she's in her bikini, look fucking like sexy as hell. And before you know it, Instagram starts feeding me more of the shit, and I'm like, no, don't fucking do it, and I curate my feed to like prevent it, but it kind of keeps throwing the shit at you randomly. So it just got bad, so I just deleted my account, and bro, I'm not fucking missing on shit. Yeah, maybe people can't contact me, but as easily. But you know what? Like a friend at work, we would talk through Instagram, and today I was like, bro, like just we text now or WhatsApp, whatever. So it's like people will find a fucking way to communicate with you. Don't feel like you need a fucking Instagram. I feel like we'll see what dating comes. If I ever cold approach a chick, dude, again, and you know, because a lot of girls they feel more comfortable giving out their Instagram than their phone number. I totally get it, but I get it. But the thing is, guys, if I cold approach a girl any point in the future, and she's like, "Hey, I don't feel comfortable giving out my number. Here's my Instagram." I was like, "Hey, I don't have Instagram. You know what? It's kind of like a take it or leave it thing. Like, so if you want my number, you know, you can have it. Otherwise, I get it. But it's not a fit. So it is what it is. But yeah, guys, it's gonna get tough leading up to day 90, certain parts. But just keep going, man. The thing about retention is like the longer you do this, the multiple times you do it, man, eventually you start figure out ways of like doing it easier, and it gets easier. Like my first time doing super retention was so fucking hard, and the second time's a little bit easier. Third time's a little bit easier. It gets a little bit easier each time, a little bit easier. And watching videos like this, other people's videos, you can find ways of like learning how to do this easier. Like my breathing technique that I talked about in one of those videos has helped me out a ton. Okay, and I discovered that by accident. So it wasn't like me watching videos. I just discovered that through my own like experimentation. And anyways, guys, day 90 is coming up. I will make a video when I do hit day 90. Tell you how I feel, how people interact with me. But you are going to be challenged. leading up to it. However, I feel like in life, whenever a challenge arises, it's always a clear sign that something great's going to happen. All right. So, anyways, guys, shoot me a text 786 897 4754. Peace.